Thank you. Today's reading is taken from Psalms 121, verses 1 to 8. I lift my eyes up unto the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of the heaven and the earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and your going, both now and forevermore.
ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. O God, the Savior, you are the basis of all life and self-existence, and whose touch sets every soul free. You are the creator of this universe and the basis of all life, the one who blesses with happiness. Lord, you are the purest form and the purifier of this universe. May you enlighten our minds and inspire our intelligence.
Rabbi zidni ilma. O my Lord, increase me in my knowledge. Allahumma as'aluka ilman nafi'a. O my Lord, I ask you for knowledge that is of benefit.
Good morning and a hearty welcome to all ladies, gentlemen, and our Pelham proud learners here. Education is the most powerful weapon for changing the world. And with this wonderful saying of Nelson Mandela, I would like to welcome each and everyone at our Pelham Senior Primary School Senior Awards Ceremony for 2022. A special word of welcome to Mrs. Dlamini, the SEM of Education for Pietermaritzburg Central Circuit. Welcome, ma'am. A word of welcome to Mr. Botha, our guest speaker for today, and Mrs. Botha. Mrs. Whiteman, chair of our senior governing body, and other members of the school's governing body, retired Pelham teachers, better known as our golden oldies, parents of our head boy and head girl, and also a wonderful and a warm word of welcome to our parents, our learners, and our staff. A welcome to you all.
Good morning, Mr. Haridas, grade 6 and 7 teachers, parents, family members, and grade 6 and 7 learners. I would firstly like to welcome and thank everyone for taking time off your schedule to be here at our beautiful school to acknowledge what some Pelham children have achieved this year. I still remember starting at Pelham 4 years ago, and to think about what I have achieved in those 4 years is absolutely amazing. Thank you to the people that have come into my life and changed it for the good. Genuinely, I couldn't have done it without those people. My teachers. My teachers have played a massive role in my growth and development here at Pelham. All the lessons that I've learned here will never be forgotten and will be something that I will carry through my life. Next year, I will be starting high school. I will be leaving my second home. It's exciting to think about my future, but also quite sad. I will be leaving things behind that I never thought I could ever live without. That's why we must carpe diem, seize the moment, and that's exactly what we are doing here today, celebrating and recognizing our peers' achievements. Thank you so much for everyone for being here. Thank you.
Good morning, Pelham staff members, parents, and learners. During this year, Pelham has really kept a close eye on me. From the beginning of this year till now, I have given my whole heart to Pelham. From meeting well-experienced teachers, to working with unique learners, to playing matches outside school, and honoring our motto at Carles. I have given all my time, effort, respect, and commitment to Pelham, and I have been rewarded with joy and happiness. You show me that nothing good comes easily, that hard work is compulsory to live a life full of respect and integrity. Pelham has given me something that I will keep for the rest of my life. A lifetime of good memories, laughter, care, and wisdom. Pelham taught me to be humble, that though I might be educated from what I learned from school, true wisdom comes from obedience, listening to your elders, and experience. Now as I head off to high school, I will apply what I've learned at Pelham, and I'll be forever grateful. Thank you.
Mrs. F.D. Dlamini, our SCM, Mr. Porter, Mrs. Porter, our guests of honor, members of the Pelham staff, parents, supporters of our children, and our golden oldies. It's generally the retired teachers, and they're sitting up front over here. If we can wave your hand so we can see these people. There we go. And it's Mrs. Anderson at the back here somewhere too. My very warm greeting to you all. And it gives me great pleasure in presenting our senior awards ceremony. We have last met in this normalized fashion in 2019. It has not been an easy 3 years since, as our society has grappled with unprecedented challenges, that you would be forgiven if your faith in the future has, at times, been shaken. Well, today we are here to dispel any doubts and to share with you the story of our year, the resilience, the talent, and the dedication of this fine young people in front of you. They are not only their own future, but they are our future as well. And I think we are in good hands if I know what our children are like. Today we are trying to do something a little different, a fuller, more expansive experience for you, an award ceremony with speeches. But it's not about the speeches. It's about the learners or the pupils and the children in front of you. They are the reason why any of us are here right now. They are at the heart of all we do at Pelham, not just today, but every day. Ladies and gentlemen, we do know that in any institution, there is a huge amount of hard work, sacrifice, and support and dedication behind the scenes. And today I want to salute those role players. So I will be listing them. And if I do miss off your name, please don't feel bad. The stress of standing here today is counting. So Mrs. Lamini, our SEM, it is with her guidance and her unwavering support in clearing the administration obstacles that we have been faced with. We thank you for that, ma'am. Mila, please come forward. And as a token of appreciation, ma'am, we would like to present you with a little gift to say thanks. To our school leadership team, thank you for your vision, your professionalism, your hard work, and your loyalty. Your calm approach and focused leadership and unity as a team have guided this school through the year. To our staff behind me and many up in the classroom at the moment, the staff has risen to the challenge of post-COVID learning and teaching. If you meet any teacher now, they will tell you, let's blame COVID. Pelham teachers have decided, let's do something about COVID. I thank you for the hard work that you put in over the time after 2:30. I thank you for the Saturdays that you put in place. I thank you for some of the odd days where you had to work till extra late. And I know that you did this because you care for our children. And please remember that your reward in this is that you have touched the lives of these children that we can't measure today. We'll only wait till the future before we see them. To the members of our board, up front here, thank you for supporting the education we are developing here at Pelham. Thank you for being open and a visionary board. You provide sound and strong governance to our school. In particular, Ms. Whiteman, thank you for your support as the board chair, and to me in my role as acting principal, and your generous offering of your time. To our 3PC, they're in and amongst you there. Thank you for your tireless work that you do for the school, for the event that you have planned and delivered, your fundraising and provision of catering and support at our school events. Thank you. Parents, I want to thank you for your support during the year, especially through innumerable transitions that we have gone through. It started with COVID protocols way at the beginning. It was lockdown 1. We were still wearing masks at the swimming gala. To then breaking social distancing, breaking up a grade 6 and a grade 7 classroom, to changing your child's class teacher, to changing the subject we offered at Pelham, through changing the codes of sport and the number of codes of sport that your child could participate in, through changing the school leadership, and through bringing the normal back. And here we are today. I want to say, wow. I've counted 9 changes that you've had to deal with, and our children followed on. I thank you for that. And then we say, O children of Pelham, as our school song starts. Thank you for turning up the volume when we needed it. Thank you for your adaptability. It is one of a kind. Of all the changes I've mentioned, you were the first one to adapt easily. Your mums and dads couldn't handle it. Hence the phone rang 24/7. The changes were handled by you in a very positive way, and this makes you the most resilient group of our South African generation. Mila and Gugu, the head boy and head girl, your leadership this year has been truly a compassionate one, and thank you for that. Congratulations to all our prize winners today. You have been accountable and you have done your best. If your name is not called out today, don't despair. Use this as an opportunity to persevere. And I need you to remember that you all are winners. Because no matter what goal you would have set for yourself, and you would have attained those goals by the end of the year. So you are actually a winner in your own special way. You have done well. To our grade 7s, you leave us for high school. And congratulations on walking the tough Pelham Road for 4 years and passing through safely. I want to add congratulations to Divan Rai for his all-round scholarship called the Louis Botha Scholarship to Maritzburg College. Grade 7, I want to leave you with a message that you must take from this morning into your future. It's simply called commitment. If you look on our posters, it's got the 4 C's on it. It's one of the pillars that you've been taught since grade 4. And we have built Pelham on that. And that's why I pointed out to the golden oldies over there. Because the golden oldies, we're part of the people who helped put those foundations in place. And they are just as important to us. Commitment is important because it makes you more dependable, trustworthy, and responsible. Let's take our academics. It is only you that can commit to tasks and do your best. It is only you that is in control of what you produce. And you know, on the sports field and in life, we all like to be with someone we can trust and we can rely on. So when you make commitments and you keep those commitments, people will respect you and people will trust you. A person who keeps their promises is a person who has integrity. And remember at Lineup, I always spoke about this. I said integrity was doing the right thing when no one is watching. Commitment is certainly a pillar for your future. Grade 7, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for all you have done for our school over the 4 years you have spent here. I wish you well. To the rest of us remaining at Pelham, we require you to take us way beyond 2023. So I want to introduce to you our theme for 2023, and it's simply adding value. So adding value by definition, it means an improvement or addition to something that makes it worth more. So very often we'll be in relationship with people and we'll say that the relationship is now stale. And then we need to do other things to that relationship to make it fresh again. So it's like your friendship with your friend. Every day you come to school, you sit in the quad, you open your lunchbox, you eat your sandwich, you close your lunchbox. Oh, I'm going back to my class, and you go back to your class. And then you do it for weeks and months, and then suddenly you're not sitting with each other anymore. Because your relationship that you had, there's no more value being added to it. But if you came and said, hey, today I thought about you, I brought you a tinky. You have one and I will have one. Oh, today I have an extra sweet in my lunchbox. Oh, how was your day yesterday? I saw that you got into trouble for not doing your homework. It's okay, I will help you with that. I'm adding value to that relationship. And that's what we're going to be looking for. So the question we ask is, what is this value that you can add? It can be knowledge. It can be experience. It can be a particular improving action that you do. It can be initiative. Or it can be simply support. Everyone has a value to add. So, how do we add this value then? Now we know we got this value. How do we add it? What do we do? You have to open up relationships. You have to open up opportunities to contribute to your family, to your extended family. Put away your cell phone. Don't sit with your cell phone at the table. Open up opportunities to talk. In your friendship group, do something. Make it an action that you need to do to enhance the lives of others. You must be available to help without an expected return. You must offer time. You must give knowledge without wanting a gain out of that knowledge. You must be able to sacrifice your own objective in order for someone else to achieve their goal. So a simple story from Winnie the Pooh. I quote, "Today was a difficult day," said Pooh. There was a pause. "Do you want to talk about it?" said Piglet. "No," said Pooh after a bit. "No, I don't think I do." "That's okay," said Piglet. And then he came and he sat beside his friend. "What are you doing?" asked Pooh. "Nothing, really," said Piglet. "Only I know what difficult days are like. I quite often don't feel like talking about it on my difficult days either." "But goodness," continued Piglet, "difficult days are so much easier when you know you've got someone there for you. And I will always be here for you, Pooh." And as Pooh sat there, working through in his head his difficult day, while the solid, reliable Piglet sat next to him quietly, swinging his little leg, and he thought that his best friend had never been more right. Unquote. So this adding value has to be consistent for it to be worthwhile. It has to be an intention where you make a difference from where something could be to where it can be. It can start small by listening to another person. That in itself is adding value, as Piglet just did in the quote that I read to you now. The challenge for us at Pelham is to add value on a day-to-day basis. We might have heard many inspirational speeches say, start with one thing each day, repeat it, and add to it another thing. Challenge yourself to purposely add value to someone, to something, somewhere, to make Pelham worth more. Thank you.
To Mrs. Lamini, our circuit inspector, Mr. Aridas, Pelham management team, grade 6 and 7 staff members, parents, the chairperson of the governing body, Ms. Whiteman, members of the governing body present, our golden oldies, invited guests, boys and girls of Pelham, Mr. and Mrs. Porter, I greet you all. My job this morning is not an easy one. I'm shaking, not because I'm nervous, because I'm thinking, what will happen if Mrs. Wissing was to walk in this hall right now? She's been trying to get me to do this for the last 5 years, and the answer has always been no. Up until our very nice acting principal called me to his office the other day and said, you will be introducing the guest of honor. And I said to him, sir, the answer is no. And you know, we've been through this road before with you and Mrs. Wissing. And he said, no, the only difference now is that I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. So I left his office. He called me in a day later. And he said, have you phoned the guest speaker to find out a little bit about him? I said, no, I haven't, because I'm not doing it. We left until last week, Friday. Then he said to me, you need to phone Mr. Porter so that you can get more information. It was only then that I made that decision to say, okay, if it's Mr. Porter, then I will definitely do this. Because it's so easy for me to talk about someone that you know very well, who's like a father to you. I think that there are so many people in this hall today for our senior prize giving who need no introduction to our guest speaker for the day. So many of us have been influenced by this man over the last few decades with his association to Pelham. He has been a teacher, a coach, a headmaster, a mentor, a role model, and a friend to many. From his bold leadership that most of us have benefited from, to his passion for rugby, from his incredible achievement in rehabilitating the Pelham Park, to his dynamic classroom presence. These aspects of the man will always be remembered. Who's more qualified to inspire our learners today, boys and girls, than our own Mr. Louis Umehle Mamba Porter. Mr. Porter, please come forward.
Eight years ago, I was in this hall, probably round about the same time, and I said goodbye to Pelham. And this morning, I've got this all written down, but I'm going to talk from my heart. Because this morning, as I used to say, speech days are my very best day of the year. Because then I can say, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sanibona Abazad. Goeiemorgen, dames en heren, boys and girls, friends. Because that's what the school became to me. It was a place of friends. I've made so many wonderful, wonderful friends. And I've made new friends. Mr. Badat, where are you? And Mrs. Badat. I met them last week. I said I'd point you out. It's a very special morning for me to come back here after the trials and tribulations that we have been through, our country's been through. But I wanted to tell you this. I love this school. I love this school. I love the people. I love the children. I love the teachers. I love the building. I love what Pelham is. I really do. You see, in 1973, I applied for a job here. I was still a student then, and I used to spend a lot of time coming here to do practical teaching. Remember golden oldies? Practical teaching. They don't do that anymore. Anyway, I didn't get the post. The education department decided to send me to Queensborough Boys High School, where I spent 3 years. And after 3 years, I said to my good wife, we need to go Paya Peshe. We must go overseas. We must go and see what the world is all about. So we put rucksacks on our backs and we hitchhiked across Israel, across Egypt, into Greece, into Europe, Scotland, Ireland, back to Paris, to Portugal, Spain. And then when we came back, we were on the aeroplane, and she just held my hand and she said, I'm so glad we're going back home. So glad that we're going back to South Africa. But something else had happened while I was in Amsterdam. I got a letter from the education department because I had reapplied to say that I was given a post here at Pelham. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, God upstairs meant it that I should come here. And so for the following 37 years, I came to this school with a smile on my face every morning. I promise you that. I loved every single day of the 37 years that I spent here. Our founder principal, Mr. Scott, and I will just say that we need to step back before we can go forward. So let's just have a look back into the past. Our founder principal, Mr. Scott, was tasked to start the school in 1957. This meant that the education department then meant that he had to choose a new name, a new uniform, a new school song, a new this, a new that, a new this for a brand new school. It was an incredible task. But he put on his running shoes and off he went to the Drakensberg, where he and his wife loved to go They were really, really spiritual people. And they found that in the Drakensberg, they got inspiration. And were they inspired? Because they came back with our school badge. Sorry, you can't see it. The mountains of the Drakensberg and the black wildebeest. More importantly, they came back with our motto, ad colles, unto the hills. Unto the hills. What does that mean, unto the hills? Well, Psalm 121, I look unto the hills from whence cometh my help. Our school psalm. But it actually means to look up to God, to ask God's help. And he in turn says to you, raise your vision. Raise your vision. Aspire to become all that you can be. Don't just sit back. If you want my help, you must aspire to be all that you can be. How do you do that? You've heard it many times. And Mr. Haridas, they're not going to believe that you and I didn't share speeches. Carpe diem, the Latin for to seize the moment, to seize the opportunity. What is an opportunity? What do you mean, opportunity? Well, opportunities are out there. If you want to see the opportunity, open your eyes. Look around. There's opportunity all over the place. To seize the moment is to grasp that opportunity with both hands. To dream. We all dream. Dream. Think about that opportunity. Dream what you want. Think about the end in mind. What do you want to become? What do you want in your life? What an incredible motto for a school. Ad colles. Ad colles, unto the hills, to become all that you can be. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this school is now 65 years old. 65 years of offering opportunity to so many children, so many parents, and so many staff members. What an incredible privilege. What a wonderful thing that has been left to us as a school, to offer opportunity. But change comes along. Change. It's like a dark dog in the night. It's something we're scared of. Mostly, when change comes, we want to run back. We say, no, it must stay like it was. We want to go back to where it was. COVID came. And for 2 years, COVID dominated. And there are norms that COVID said, this is the way we will act and will behave. And today I still see those norms. And there's a phenomena in all schools that we are still abiding by the norms that COVID put on us. Aibo. We must grasp the opportunity and say, pelilele entumanch. We must move on. We must grab what was good from before, and we must work on those things. But vulamer, look to see how can we improve what we learnt in COVID. Most of us don't like change, but change creates opportunity. Without change, there's no opportunity. Change is wonderful. Opportunity is better. Opportunity only appears and is only good if you are prepared and brave enough to accept it. This school changed in 1992. Changed unbelievably. Mr. Haridas mentioned 7 changes. I don't want to count. Ms. Stewart, what we went through in 1992. Think about it. Apartheid South Africa. Blacks, whites, Indians, coloreds, different people, didn't know each other. And our wonderful Mandela came and said, Abel, we want to be united. And so in 1992, we raised our vision, we prayed, we dreamed, we worked hard, and we were one of the first schools to open our doors to, I think it was 285 children that were not white. Why did we do that? Because, everyone, we dreamed and we aspired to change to a quality educational institution that was all-inclusive and which would and is becoming a real South African school. And that took a lot of courage and a lot of dreaming. We seized the moment, and this is what I proudly see in front of me today. Well done, Pelham. Well done. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, where is this story leading us to? Well, firstly, grade sixes, you have such an adventure. Where are my grade sixes? There they are. Grade sixes, you have got such an adventure ahead of you. Next year, you are going to be seniors. You are going to have such an incredible impact upon the school. You are the school's future leaders. Accept this opportunity. Be brave. Start dreaming. Because your leadership, your participation, and your striving to be the best is vital for this school. It's vital for the well-being of Pelham. Parents, your school, our school, is on the brink of change once again. New leadership, not only in the school, but in our South Africa. There's new leadership all the time, different leadership. What do you want Pelham to become? The future lies in your hands. This is your school. Be part of it. Pay your fees. Support your child positively. Expect excellence and be grateful for it. Don't forget to praise your child when they deserve it. Parents are the backbone of the school. We need your positive support. And I'm going to come back to the parents near the end of my talk. Grade sevens, be proud. Be Pelham proud. Remember that, Pelham proud. South Africa needs proud, positive people. Yo. Does South Africa need pride at this moment? We are not proud. We are not a proud people. We're not a proud. There's nothing we're proud about. But we are Pelham proud. Remember that. We're going to get back to that. You have great opportunities ahead of you. Where are my grade sevens? I envy you. I really envy each one of you. What an exciting adventure you've got. Going out into a brand new world. Different schools, different friends. A little bit nervous. Such opportunity. Pelham will always be a big part of what and who you will become. Your future success, what you're going to become, will be Pelham's reward. Remember that. Will be Pelham's reward. May God bless you. Prize winners, let's give them a clap. Prize winners, where are you? I'm sitting up front. Well done. Congratulations on your achievement, every one of you. You have worked hard, you've persevered, and you have been successful. With this success comes responsibility. And you hate that, eh? Always got to be responsible. Remember, grade sevens, you must be responsible. Responsible and responsibility means opportunity. You, your parents, and your school have invested a great deal of time, energy, and love into your success. But you have been blessed by God with this special ability. God has done that for a reason. You must take responsibility to use your ability and your leadership to make a difference. Start with the end in mind. What do you want to become? Use that responsibility and the opportunity that God gave you to make a difference in South Africa. Go forward, believing in yourself, and be determined to be the best that you can be. Mr. Haridas and staff, I was going to finish here, but something's been niggling me. And so I wrote it down the bottom here, sir. A school is not just a place where you bring your children to for 7-8 hours a day. It's not just a place where you leave your children. There is an old African saying that says it takes a village. It takes a village to care for the child. Not to educate or teach or show, to care for the child. What a wonderful thing. It takes a village to care for a child. Unfortunately, I honestly believe that our government and those in power have forgotten that responsibility. They have. To care for a child means that everybody in the village, the parents, the grandparents, the elders, the gardeners, the politicians, are responsible for caring for that child. It's not happening. And I'll tell you why. And it's a little negative. Driving here this morning, I saw there were lots of bottles lying on the pavement, just opposite the school. Is our community aware that schools are like a beehive? It's like a nursery of the future business leaders, the future politicians, the future professors, the future shop owners of this country. It's disrespectful that there are bottles lying on our pavement outside our school. What do we do about it? You see? What do we do about it? We accept it. Highball. Pelham School, take the lead. Take the responsibility. Grow your circle of influence. You are not just a school to teach children. You are a leader in a community. People must look at Pelham and say, Pelham started the drive in the Pelham suburb. It involved its other schools. It involved the shops. It involved people. To understand that to care for the child is the village's responsibility. I challenge you to that. To teach, Mr. Haridas and staff, is a God-given opportunity to serve. A God-given opportunity to serve. So, serve. Serve with joy. Serve with love. Love what you are doing. Teaching, and I know, is one of the most emotionally draining professions there is. And I know that you're all exhausted come the end of the year with everything that Mrs. Lamini and the department expect from you. Sorry, ma'am. But know that you have made a profound impact and difference in these beautiful children. What a wonderful reward. What a God-given reward that you have been instrumental in this nursery. Instrumental in this group of children that are going to be the backbone of a future South Africa. So what do? We grab the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to come to school every morning with a smile on your face. Make that a promise to yourself that you will laugh, you will smile, you will joke, you will talk to your colleagues. You will want to make this school a place where you have fun, where you enjoy teaching. Start each day with a smile on your face. Laugh a lot. Because, ladies and gentlemen, a happy and safe environment, a happy and safe environment is sure to produce a happy, mature, and self-confident pupil or product. So, grade 6s, grade 7s, parents, and staff, seize the moment, carpe diem, dream, work hard, and make a conscientious decision. Every one of you, make a conscientious decision to create that environment, that safe and happy environment, not just here at your school, but in this town of ours that the municipality has forgotten about, in South Africa. Make a conscientious, positive decision that you will make a difference. That you will make a difference. Why? Because Pelham School needs that. Msunduzi needs that. And our beloved South Africa needs that. May God bless you, Pelham proud people. Happy Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to go over to the recognition of the academic prizes and achievements for the grade 6s of 2022. It gives me great pleasure to award silver certificates to the grade 6 learners who have achieved 70% or more. And could I ask the following learners to please stand as I read out their names, and then we will clap for them at the end of the list. In grade 6 DS, we have Elihle Langa, Esihle Langa, Mazwe Mkube, Nonhlanhla Lesedi Sandane, Lakisha Utal, and Zinke Vava. In grade 6 AM, we have Jody Botha. Grade 6 WN, We have Ayabonga Mlochwa. Abongwe Sibisi. In grade 6 SV, we have Mark Bernardo, Ryan Bell, Landon Dennis,